how to do the low country boil, and we're going to use the multi-cooker. And so really quickly, I wanted to show you guys a little bit about the multi-cooker because I know we've got a lot of new faces on, people that may not own this product yet. So I wanted you to see how it works. And then I'll just throw this very quickly together, and I already have a finished product ready to show you, so you're not even going to have to wait on it to cook. But when you get the multi-cooker, you're going to have your base. So this base right here, this is made out of Tupperware plastic, and this is what is also your rice cooker. So to use it as a rice cooker, you're going to use this white piece right here that has the little holders for you to hold like this. So you'll know that you've got it correctly if you can pick it up with the little feet. Okay, so you'll put your rice in and your water in, or your grains. And it comes with a little pamphlet that tells you how many minutes per different grains. You can also pull that from the Facebook group or the Tupperware site and give that to your customer. You can pull the whole recipe book off and make sure you give that to your customer as well. But you're going to put your grains and your water in here. You're going to put the little white, this is going to catch all the foam that comes from that rice. And then this top right here that has looks like little flaps on the side, that is the other part that you would use for rice. So these three pieces are what you're going to use to make rice in this. You're going to line up these little handles right with the handles on the base. That way, when you snap it closed, you have to snap it all the way around. And sometimes it can be a little bit of a fight if it's brand new, and you're going to get it all the way closed. There are little breather vents that are going to release the steam right here. Once you get done with your rice, you're going to use these little flaps on the side to press down, and it pops that off. So that's your rice cooker and how you make rice in the multi-cooker. The other thing that the multi-cooker is a pasta maker. So to make pasta, you just use the base. You put your water and your pasta in, and that's it. You don't cover it. You don't do anything else to it. You put it in the microwave and you cook it, and when it's done, you can use this as your strainer if you want to, or you can just use your colander. Rice and pasta. Now, to be a steamer, you want to use this piece again as your water reservoir, and that's what we're going to do tonight. The water reservoir has a little indentation right here, and inside it has a little mark. That's where you're going to fill it with water. So I'm really just going to fill this with some water out of the sink. If you put too much water in, what will happen is your colander part, if you can see, it's got holes all the way through here, and that's going to boil that water, and the boiling water is going to create steam, and the steam is going to come up through these holes, and therefore it's going to steam everything in your multi-cooker. So down here, if you put too much water and you drop this inside, the water's going to come up through those holes. All you do is dump some of the water out. So there's really not a whole lot of science to that, but you want to make sure you have enough water in there, because the microwaves are going to go through the base, causing the water to boil, and you don't want all of your water to evaporate and boil out. So that's why you want to fill it to the line. And then this is your base. Now, another little key factor you want to tell your customers is the base. This colander part is metal encased in plastic. So it's very heavy. So is the top, and that is serves the purpose of when you're cooking in this, it does not allow the microwaves to do the cooking. It allows the steam to do the cooking. So when you're using the multi-cooker as a steamer, you're literally using steam to cook your food, which is the oldest form of cooking known to man. It is also the most healthiest way to cook. Steam leaves all the nutrients and vitamins in your vegetables, so they'll never change their color. It doesn't pull out any of those, the minerals. Also, steam pulls 80% of the fat out of your protein and pulls it down into that water. So when you steam your foods, you're not only doing it a lot faster, but you're also eating a lot healthier. This little part right here is the shielded colander that's going to, little insert that can kind of go on top. We're going to use that tonight in this recipe. That is if you wanted to do two things at once. And then, of course, your cover is also metal encased in plastic. So now you've got a contraption here that is just going to allow to steam your foods. Okay? All right, so let me show you guys this recipe. These are the pieces we're going to use tonight. I've already got my water in my colander. We are going to take our Old Bay seasoning, and you are going to do 1 teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning, which is like a fish seasoning or seafood seasoning. And you're going to put that in the water. Now, typically you don't ever want to put any oils or wines or any kind of things that have an oil, because microwaves are going to be attracted to that oil and you don't want to crack or damage your bottom. But the Old Bay seasoning is going to be perfect in that water. It's going to give it a nice flavor. Then we're going to take the colander part and put it right here on top. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to take 2 new potatoes or 2 red potatoes, and you're going to cut them in about 1 inch thick pieces. Okay. So we're going to take that. What am I doing over here? Okay. I know what I'm doing. Hold on. I'm going to take this out. Like, I'm getting all confused because I had it all laid out. Okay. So you're going to take a bowl and you're going to take your new potatoes, which is 2 new potatoes cut into 1 inch thick. You're going to take a half of a very small onion and you're going to slice it and you're going to put that in. And then you're going to take 4 small pieces of corn on the cob, or you're going to take a piece of corn on cob and slice it into 4 pieces, which is what I did because I bought fresh corn. But if you buy the little frozen pieces of corn, then you're going to do 4 of those little small pieces. You're going to take this mixture and you're going to do about a half of teaspoon of your Old Bay. So you're just kind of seasoning it. If you want more, you can definitely season more. And all you're going to do is kind of coat that a little bit just to give it some seasoning in your bowl. And we're going to put that in the main colander part base of our multi-cooker. Okay. So there we go. Fresh corn, fresh potatoes, nothing's been cooked, nothing like that. We're going to take our cover and we're going to put this in the microwave for 10 minutes and get that corn and the potatoes cooked because they're going to take the longest. After 10 minutes, you're going to pull it out. You're going to open this away from you. If you open it towards you, a ton of steam's going to come out of there. And if your eyelashes fall off, not my problem. Okay. So make sure you open it away from you so you don't give yourself a facial. And then you're going to take your little shielded colander that's going to go on top. Okay. That's simply going to set on top. What's in here is about 6 ounces of summer sausage. I bought a container of sausage that was 14 ounces. So I just used 1 of the links of sausage. Okay. So this is already cooked summer sausage. I sliced it up into little pieces or, little rings. And then you're going to take 8 medium shrimp. Okay. So I've got 8 medium shrimp and you're going to lay that on the top. You're also going to take a little bit of your seasoning, just a little, and you're going to sprinkle that over your proteins that we got here, right? Your shrimp and your sausage. And then you're going to put your the cover back on, and you're going to cook it for another 5 minutes. So a total of 15 minutes, 10, and then add the shrimp and the sausage and do another 5, okay? And I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. When it's all said and done, just disregard the color of this one because I wanted to make sure you guys could see it. We've let this one sit. We're going to take that off and let all the steam come out. We've got all of our beautiful sausage and shrimp on the top. And then in the bottom, we've got our potatoes, onion, and our corn. And we still have all that water down in the bottom because remember I told you to make sure you put enough water in there. So we're just going to toss this together. Make a little bit of rice if you want to in your multi-cooker before or after you get done cooking it. And you have a beautiful low country boil. Very easy to make.
Wow, that is awesome.